This guy had only $3 left. His girlfriend left him for a richer man. His mother was dying in a hospital bed, and everyone thought his life was over. But nobody knew. In the next few days, he would buy a $500,000 luxury car, make the people who laughed at him go silent, reject the girl who broke his heart, earn millions of dollars, and discover a secret that would change his entire life forever. Because the father who abandoned him years ago wasn't dead. And this is the story of how a broke 17-year-old became unstoppable. Yo, imagine 18 years old and already feeling like life got a personal beef with you. That's Rayn. And trust me, bro was hanging on by a thread. Every day he worked random jobs just to keep food on the table. But even that wasn't enough, because back home, his mom was fighting to her life, watching her suffer every night. Man, that hit different. But life wasn't done cooking him yet, not even close, because the one person he trusted the moment was about to break him completely. His girlfriend. Yeah, she switched up. One day Rayn caught her hanging out with some rich dude, and bro instantly knew what was going on. No cap. That moment shattered him. His girl was gone, his money was gone, and now his mom needed expensive treatment. Bro had $3. That's it. That's was Rayn looked up at the sky and said, "Please just give me one chance." And then, something impossible happened. A glowing blue screen popped up right in front of him. Wealth system activated. Ain't no way. This was actually real. And that's where everything changed. Rayn is walking down the hospital corridor, feeling relieved but emotional and confused. Then suddenly, the blue screen appeared again. New task available. Buy flowers for your mother. Reward $20,000. At first, the task felt stupid. His mom needed treatment, not flowers. But then, he remembered something. Something he hadn't thought about in years. When Rayn was little, his mom once stopped in front of a flower shop. She smiled and said, "One day when you're successful, buy me flowers." Now standing there, years later, that moment hit harder than any insult. Harder than being poor. Harder than getting cheated on. So Rayn walked into the most beautiful flower shop in town. And that's when things went wrong. The employees looked at his old hoodie, his worn shoes, his tired face, and instantly judged him. One employee whispered, "Bro probably can't afford a single rose." Enter one laughed. The whole shop chuckled. And honestly, the old Rayn would have left. But something had changed. Because for the first time, Rayn wasn't doing this himself. He was doing it for the woman who sacrificed everything for him. So he pointed at the biggest bouquet in the store, the one nobody thought they could afford. The employee laughed again, until payment went through. Then suddenly, nobody was laughing anymore. But the real reward wasn't the money. It come when Rayn entered his mother's room. For a second, his mother couldn't speak. She just started at the flowers. Then tears filled her eyes. Because after all these years, her little boy remembered. That bro, that smile, it's worth more than every dollar the system had even given him. But then the system dropped a new task. New task available. Buy a luxury car within 24 hours. Reward $1 million. Rayn looked at the screen and literally froze. One luxury car. 24 hours. $1 million reward. Bro's mind was spinning with just one thought. Is the system bugging out, or what? Rayn looked over at his mom. She was smiling, like she knew her boy wasn't about to take an L anymore. And that smile hit different. It changed something inside Rayn. Rayn stared back at the screen. And for the first time, this system task didn't scare him. Bro smiled and said, "All right, let's do this." As soon as he stepped out of the hospital, Rayn pulled up his phone to find the closest luxury dealership. The screen popped up with the name, Royal Crest Motors, the most high-end showroom in town. Rayn hopped into a cab. The city lights were blurring outside the window, and his mom's voice kept playing on repeat in his head. "Son, never forget your worth." When the cab pulled up in front of Royal Crest Motors, Rayn took it all in. Flexing glass building, expensive cars, rich folks. And then he looked down at his beat-up sneakers. And just like that, the old pain came back. The same looks, the same judgment, that same vibe. Like bro didn't belong here. Rayn stepped inside. The showroom was so blindingly bright, it made his old clothes stand out even more. A salesman checked him out from head to toe and smirked. The salesman said, "Kid, the used car lot is down at the end of the road. Only serious buyers come in here." And a few people in the showroom started laughing. Rayn's fists slowly tightened. But this time, he didn't bounce. He didn't explain himself. He just walked deeper into the showroom. Then Rayn's eyes locked onto a black luxury car. Matte black, sharp headlights, straight millionaire vibes. And the system screen suddenly flashed. Target vehicle detected. Price, $480,000. Purchase to complete task. Rayn looked at the screen, then at the car, and Rose smiled. The salesman laughed again and said, "Don't touch it. That car costs more than your whole life." Rayn just pulled out his phone. No drama, no shouting, just one tap. Payment loading, 3 seconds, 4 seconds, 5 seconds. And then, payment successful. The whole showroom went dead silent. The salesman turned pale as a ghost, and Rayn just calmly said, "Keys." The salesman's hands were literally shaking. The kid he thought was a total joke was now the owner of the most expensive car in the showroom. Rayn walked over to the car. He popped the door open. And at that exact moment, his mom's words hit him again. "Son, never forget your worth." Rayn got into the car, gripped the steering wheel, and for the first time, he felt like he was finally in the driver's seat of his own life. But as soon as the engine roared to life, the system screen popped up again. Task complete. Reward, $1 million credited. New skill unlocked. Charming presence. Rayn checked himself out in the rear-view mirror. Same hoodie, same face, but something hit different now. Now, he wasn't looking down anymore. And just then, a familiar face walked through the showroom entrance. His ex-girlfriend. The same girl who dumped him for being broke. She saw Rayn, saw the car, then looked back at Rayn, and for the first time, she was completely speechless. But before she could even say a word, the system screen flashed again. Next task, reject the person who abandoned you. Reward, intelligence boost plus $2 million. And Rayn's smile vanished. Rayn stared at the system notification. Reject the person who abandoned you. Reward, intelligence, boost plus $2 million. And suddenly, bro wasn't smiling anymore. Because deep down, those scars still hurt. Meanwhile, his ex-girlfriend just stood there. Because the broke guy she once laughed at was now completely out of her reach. And then, she slowly walked toward him. "Rayn, I think we need to talk." But hearing her voice again brought back every painful memory. The lies, the betrayal, the nights he cried alone, and the day she chose money over him. And honestly, for a second, part of him wanted her back. Because no matter how much pain she caused, he once loved her with everything he had. But then, he remembered someone else. Not the girl who left him, but the woman who never did. His mother. And in that moment, real love doesn't leave when life gets hard. So Rayn smiled. Not with anger, not with revenge, but with peace. And quietly said, "You left. I survived. And now, I'm choosing myself." Ding. Task complete. Reward credited. Intelligence boost activated. But before Rayn could react, his phone started ringing. Unknown number. Rayn ended the call. Nah, he wasn't going back to the past. But the system? It wasn't done with him yet. DING. Intelligence boost activated. Bro. Everything suddenly looked different. He noticed things nobody else could see. Every smile, every lie, Every secret, he could read them all. And his phone rang again. This time, it was the hospital. Mr. Rayn, your mother's latest report just arrived. You need to come now. Bro didn't waste a second. He slammed the gas and raced to the hospital. He kept telling himself, she's gonna be okay. She has to be. But when he reached the hospital, the doctor looked at him and stayed completely silent. Bro, the doctor wasn't looking at Rayn like a patient anymore. He looked scared. The doctor whispered, someone changed your mother's medical records? Wait, her illness wasn't getting worse. Someone made it look that way. System activated. Hidden truth detected. The intelligence boost connected every clue